So, hi. So today I learned something about Axios and how to use it instead of fetch for fetching data and yeah, like do little things with that because in this way we can do it more faster, like in the easiest way possible to get like the same result with fetch.
Okay, so Axios is like a simpler wrapper around the same idea. It automatically parses JSON, has nicer syntax, and you can set default headers or interceptors easily, which makes things like auth tokens repetitive.
What? Can you repeat the last thing that you said?
Sure, you can set default headers and interceptors more easily with Axios.
Yeah. And well, yeah, that's. I think it's interesting because it can make it more easier because we don't have to like transform the data and like see if the response is okay or not because Actions already do that and make it more easy to developer and shorter and readable the code. And also we can do like the whole service of fetching data in like 30 or something like that lines of code instead of like the much more that we can have with fetch.
Yeah. With fetch, you have to check response.ok yourself and call response.json. With Axios, that comes built in, so your code is shorter and easier to read.
So, like, give me some example or something that I can use on an advice to how to use Axios properly, or when to actually use Axios, or when to use fetch, or some cases, or is better to use Axios every
Check something
every
for
time.
you. So a good rule of thumb is start with fetch for simple or small projects. Then use Axios if your app grows and you want consistent headers, token handling, or simpler error formatting. And learn both so you're comfortable either way because different companies use different tools.
Okay, so tell me something about like the JSON web token and how to handle it, managing that kind of thing, or how it is the best way to like implement that technology, or I don't know, like tool.
Let me check with the backend. A simple approach is use JWT access tokens. So log in, store the token securely, then attach it automatically to each request. So you can use an interceptor to add the token so that you don't repeat yourself. In a React portfolio, you might keep tokens in a context or a secure storage. Then use a small hook or service wrapper. And as you keep learning React, focus on these 5 things: JWT auth, a login page, protected routes, interceptors for tokens, and
What? Can you repeat what you say for the end of the sentence?
sure, those 5 things are JWT auth, a login page, protected routes, interceptors for tokens, and refresh tokens for auto renewal.
So, and what about the middlewares? What is that about?
Check between the request and the final response. So it can check tokens, log requests, validate data or handle roles like admin versus user. So in Express, for example, you can protect a route by putting an auth middleware in front of it.
Okay, so that's it all for today. So thanks.